that started. This is not their favorite hardpoint map, not by a mile. I've seen them lose this several times this weekend. They pulled out some victories as well, but they get shut down ultimately. It was a valiant effort to come back in the end, but they couldn't do it, Matt.
And it wasn't even the abilities that really hurt Optic. I mean, we jumped on with Gunless, thought he could make a big play of camo. Doesn't happen. The FTL jump is silly, doesn't get anything. It was the streaks they gave up early. That's really what hurt Optic. They gave up the full streaks to Silly and the full streaks to Gunless. When you take a look at some of the stats, Gunless, 28 kills, 1.12 KD, played very well, and then obviously Krim on the other side.
Well, you've heard a lot from us, but to break down the stats and hype us up before what is sure to be one of the best Game 5s in the history of Call of Duty, let's throw it over to Ben at the studio.
Very much, Maven. I can tell you, we have not been sat down. We've been on our feet ourselves. We've been feeling the emotion of this grand final, and there's been a ton of different emotions. I mean, we'll talk about the second set a little bit. Chance. In all seriousness, map number 2, I think, is where we all kind of looked at it. It's done, right? A 5-2 lead. I feel like this is like the third, maybe even fourth time we've seen a 5-2 lead thrown here at CWO Atlanta. Me and you, T, we were in disbelief.
Unacceptable is the simplest way to put it. When you're up 5-2 like that, they threw away those 2 rounds leading up till 5-4 so darn fast that you need to slow it down. Everything you were doing before was working out just fine, but that's the moment where Optic is the one that has to make those sort of drastic decisions, right? They have to throw their bodies on the line and take more risks than you do. They didn't slow it down. There was one round where Krim just simply pre-fired through a hallway and got a kill. It's just things like that that are unacceptable. You have to slow it down and put yourself in better position.
There's that moment. There's the moment, the FTL jump. It was beautiful, but milliseconds away from clutching. And right now, we would have a champion. eunited would have won this event if that FTL jump is half a second. Then you consider the fact that you weren't able to get camo in 3 rounds as well, TP. In 3 rounds as well, TP. This was a drastic meltdown.
The biggest what-if of the tournament so far, I think, is Fastball in the 1v1 against Karma. What if he turns the other direction and Karma doesn't get it? Because that allowed for Optic Gaming to go on this massive run. The next biggest what if Silly doesn't bump into that wall with the FTL? What if the angle is just ever so slightly better? If it would have been one of the greatest plays in Call of Duty history. You'd have to imagine, because the way this series has panned out, that could have won them the tournament.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. And you see the end of that section story, we all looked at each other, and I think every single one of us agreed the next map number 3, was going up to gaming. There was no doubt about it, right? The crowd started a choke chant. I mean, if you're United, you're sat there with your headset on thinking, how do we recover from that? But Momo, up to gaming, they did just that, right? They took that map very, very convincingly.
I'm not surprised. At the Optic Gaming, they were 5-2 down, and we had looked at each other, and we were all thinking the same thing. We didn't even need to say anything. We didn't need to say anything. We're like, don't rule Optic Gaming out of this just yet.
Right.
It should have been over, don't get me wrong. Optic Gaming, once again, they come up clutch. Time and time again, people, all over social media, they're saying, you know what, they should have finished top 12, they should have finished this, Panda should have knocked them out. But no, they're here in the grand final, they're clutching up time and time again. But yeah, you're right, going into that next map, I was frustrated. I was very annoyed. And I was kind of saying, no, eunited fight. And you were laughing at me, you go, it's over. This uplink is over. And you were right. It went in too quick. eunited couldn't bounce back. But
you have to give him some serious props. I really do. Because I think me and you, T, we were both kind of on the same page where we thought, this grand final's done. It's over. This is up to games for the taking. But somehow, someway, eunited fought back in that hard point. And now we're going to a Game 5. I mean, if you want to talk briefly about that Game 4, though.
In situations like that where you're falling behind, you're not feeling too good, you need someone to spark. And who was the spark on that Scorch? Definitely Arcides. The man was lighting it up completely. You wrote his name down on a card.
That was my notes. It literally just says Arcides. That's literally it.
Exactly.
Unbelievable.
That's the sort of plays that you need in order to establish a solid lead. They were able to do that. I think it was like 190 to about 120 at one point. And then talking about Chance. Chance, you made some good points about Silly at the hangar hardpoint as well. You can touch on that.
The first go-around on the hangar hardpoint, Optic Gaming had the full setup. Silly actually gets all 4 kills by himself. He comes on the flank, is able to kill 2 while hanging around the wall run area, and just continues through and bowls them over. Obviously, he had a lot of teammate support throughout that entire thing, but the first time, he picks up 4. The second go-around, same thing. He's the one that gets his spawns for his team after Optic Gaming, again, out-rotates them, and eventually they're able to break through. And then on the last go-around, where they just needed 1 point constantly, constantly, it was Silly the player. He was by himself. He was able to get in the hill and just hold him off for just enough time to let his team get back in the kill for support, and again, stop Optic Gaming from shutting them down there.
Well, our grand final starting to heat up. Optic Gaming versus eunited, second set, tied up 2-2. We're going to a game 5. Matt, Maven, over to you.
Thank you, guys. And, crowd, put your hands together. Ben, the desk have been incredible all weekend long. They've been crushing it. They've been looking into different matches. They've been doing fantastic analysis of the maps. And now wanted.
Yeah, the studio's been awesome all weekend. The games have been incredible today. It's only fitting we end with a game 5 here in our second set. What are you doing?
Get over here.
Stop.
Just give me
Stop.
That wasn't awkward at all.
No.
You wanted it secretly.
No, not at all. Anyway.
I'm pumped, man. This is going to be fun.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a good one. eunited in the search and destroy, so you've seen against Optic Gaming, they've gone up early, just not able to hold on and win them. Optic Gaming is just always stormed back into these games.
Who are you taking? I'm putting you on the spot here. It's not an easy choice, man.
It's not easy because, like I just said, eunited, they've gone up. And a lot of these S&Ds, they've kind of given them away.
What was it?
Optic Gaming,
5, right?
Yeah, Optic Gaming, they've been so strong in S&D all weekend. They have the experience. It's a tough one. It's like
you don't have to choose if you don't want to.
No, I do. I don't want to do like Momo or Rel and not choose. I have to decide.
That was Golden Boy's favorite thing back in the day.
Yeah, not make a decision.
Well, I sort of like this team, and I also kind of like this team. I'm Golden Boy.
My gut says eunited, but I feel Optic. I'm going to go with Optic.
All right, you hear it there. Crowd, make some noise. Game 5. And who else but Formal with the sniper. Splits a couple there mid-map. But if he can get it going with that, he has had some of the most ridiculous shots, but he seems a little bit off right now, right? Those are 2 shots he could very well hit.
Yeah, I mean, well, you don't really see a ton of sniper play. Obviously, the top snipers are always going to pull it out. But, I have not seen great sniper play. And just like that, eunited wipes the board. Woo. Silly with 2, Pristini with 2. It's a very fast round number 1.
Yeah, it certainly was. You don't find any kill. Oh, God!
Like, I can hit left D-pad right back.
Oh, the salutes have just been rude.
Sure.
It's disrespectful.
Well, these two teams,
Karma did it first.
Yeah, but these two teams, I mean, they scrim all the time. We talked a little bit about, Silly and Formal. This is like an under-the-radar kind of heated rivalry between these two.
I love it. Round 2. It's going to be our cities now. Oh, he hits the shot. Scump, we'll see you later in round 3, buddy. And they just smoked them. There's not a single kill coming in for Optic until Formal finally finds something, and he's gone. 2-0 eunited.
That shot was nuts. RC.
I just picked Scump just puts his controller down. He's like, all right.
I'm dead.
Okay.
And what I've liked from eunited in these first 2 rounds, Maeve, is just how aggressive they've been. I think one of the guys on the studio desk, they talked a little bit about if you're going to go down, play your game. They're definitely doing it in Game 5.
They are, and a guy we haven't talked a lot about throughout Friday, Saturday, Silly, has a where's that bullet go? A hit marker on what appeared to be a neck. Don't jump up there and challenge him. Varsity's on fire. Formal's gone. Formal, the only one with the kill right now, but Silly, man, 4-0. He has the monster game. Crim6 is Mr. Game 5, right? He has got to pick it up. An ugly gunfight comes through, and now it's Crim in a 1v3. They're giving an early lead to eunited, and the comeback kids are going to have to battle back yet again.
I mean, this is kind of how these other search and destroys played out. eunited comes out on fire, takes the first few rounds. Optic Gaming makes a comeback. See Pristini here in the final kill cam. Takes Crim out. Optic Gaming, I believe, we'll take a look at the scoreboard once we jump back into this. I think only 2 of their players have kills right now. You got Formal with 1, Crim with 1. It has not been a good first few rounds. I mean, Gunless is 0-0 through 3 rounds that his team's won. That's quite an odd stat line. It's Pristini, Silly, who have led the way. Arcides with some nice snipes as well. Scump draws first blood here in this round, though.
Well, that's a start. You find 1 first blood, but there the FTL jumped to get away. You like Silly playing his life. Pristini able to back one up and push through. It's silly if he doesn't stay alive there with the FTL jump. Maybe he doesn't find that second kill. And now it's Karma trying to clutch again. They're getting stormed off the map. What are we watching?
I have really liked the way that Silly has used FTL jump throughout this event. A lot of players I don't feel like have used it, to its fullest potential. Silly, you see him use it in multiple different situations. Get out of harm's way. Get a little bit closer to try and pick up a kill on a guy that's weak. You see it right there. He uses it to get out of dodge, keeps his streak alive. 4-0.
How many
in favor of eUnited here in Game 5?
How many punches can you take in S&D as Optic Gaming that you rebound from? How many times can you force a choke out of a team and come up clutch?
And in this type of situation, Maeve, I played way back. As you see, Gunless is going to get 2 kills here at the beginning. It's going to be Optic Gaming trading it out real fast.
1v1. 1v1. He has to reload. He's got him tagged up. Looking to push him. We saw him in the corner underneath. He's hit with a jammer. Can he win it? Oh! He gets it barely. That's how you get 1 round. All right. God.
Dude. Formal is just ice cold, man. I mean, that is a gunfight that not many players win in that type of
with the jammer. I thought he was fine until that happened.
That type of pressure situation too. With the eUnited goes up 5-0. I can imagine you can look up the stats on that. There's a high chance they win this one. Formal keeping them alive.
I think they see 2 hit the cross. They're able to get him behind. Now you have to be worried about every side of the map if you're Optic Gaming. But Scump chases, Scump follows, finds the kill. That's back-to-back first bloods, but they know there's one more in behind. They should have seen 2 cross. They've got to be hunting for Pristini right now. Here's the man himself. They know he's behind. He's going to find one. Formal able to snap and find the kill. Now it's going to be 2v3. Silly turns it into a 2v2. Karma and Krim. First Gunless and Silly. Silly starting to work his way up. He can't win it. It's now just Gunless. He's been a legend all day long, but Cryptic does it.
2 straight rounds for Optic Gaming.
Woo! I don't know what he's doing with his hand there. It is funky as hell.
Yeah, Krim always does that. It's kind of freaky, but Formal's round where he wins that 1v1 against Arcades. They come back. That is the catalyst here. It's going to be Scump also drawing first blood. 2 straight rounds here. The eUnited, though, they were in still a very good spot, Maeve. 4-2 up, obviously in a great spot with the round advantage, and they do have Pristini with this reactive armor. Maybe you use it this round, just kind of put yourself only 1 round away.
Sometimes it's like, of the camo and reactive players, who has a bigger start on either team, right? You give yourself a chance to use it a little bit earlier. Pristini does already have it available, but it's another first blood. That's 3 in a row. Scump able to find it with the grenade. Does Pristini consider using this here? Likely going to save it for a further round, but he's going to go ahead and push in. Not able to find the kill. Krim is a god. Finds 2 inside, and now it's on Silly. You've been playing like a monster, but you're pinned like a rat, and down he goes.
And you can kind of feel the momentum in the room just kind of swaying now towards Optic, and you needed to figure out a way to kind of turn the tides in your favor for eUnited. The one way you could do that is with that reactive armor. You have to use it. You have to get something for it. And look, I mean, you get to that 5th round, even if it goes a little bit longer than that, you're hoping you see an active camo use from Gunless. I think that's what you got to play for here.
Remember what he did last time. Arcades caught Scump on the cross. Not able to find the shot this time, but very passive defense. Coming in from Optic Gaming as things begin to slow down a little bit here in round 8. Basically a headshot with a Scarab, but Pristini will live through it. There's a reactive armor. Burns him around the edge.
And he uses it in this round, so it's crucial that eUnited wins this. You cannot use this ability and lose the round. They have to put this round away. 2 kills for Pristini.
He finds the second. It's now just on Karma and Krim. This should be the 5th round for eUnited. He's able to take out Pristini, but he's the last man up. He's got camo to work with this. Somehow he turns this in his favor. Now it's a 1v2. 15 seconds left. They're pushing him. He's down. eUnited 1 round away from being crowned your champions.
And when you use the reactive, you got to get the win. They use reactive armor. Pristini comes up with 3 straight kills. And you have some house money to play with here with Maven. You're up 5-3 rounds. You can afford on the defensive end to get a little bit aggressive here. If I'm on eUnited, that's kind of what I'm teeing up here. Okay, I think you catch Optic off guard. Obviously, they may play a little bit passive, but I would love to see an aggressive defensive push here from eUnited.
Karma does have this camo, though. Maybe he'll be the one to make a play. They're getting aggressive, just like you talked about. You see Gunless on the map, trying to be the one to come through. He gets caught. That's a first blood for Optic Gaming. And now you can start to mount the attack. You see the mid-map presence you have here from eunited, trying to push forward. It's like they were ready for the aggression, man. They waited for it. They baited it out. Eunited does get a little bit cheeky sometimes on the defensive.
You needed to go together, though. I meant like a 4-hit straight through B. That's the type of aggression I would like to see. Arcides picks up one. Pristini with another. Silly in a perfect position here. One more player alive.
It's done just like that. You see the disappointment on the faces of Optic. And look at the hype from eunited. eunited are going to be your CWL Atlanta Open champions. The disappointment you see there on the face of Crim6. You fought so hard. We know what a loss that is, but you have to focus on the champions. There they are. Look at the squad. eunited proved all the doubters wrong, Matt.
And this is a team you got to feel good for. I mean, they put in a ton of time grinding throughout all the 2Ks, battling against the top. A lot of non-believers of this team coming into the event. They show up in a big way, prove everybody wrong.
You survived every single punch that Optic Gaming could throw at you.
Not just Optic Gaming, throughout the tournament. You beat Envy, you beat FaZe, you beat Optic, you got through Splice. A very impressive run.
It's a beautiful moment for these guys. They enjoy the trophy. But on the floor, we've got Jack Courage Dunlop to chat with the guys.
What a grand final we just saw. eunited are your CWL Atlanta Open champions. What a victory there. Congratulations, gentlemen. From start to finish, an electric performance. It got a little scary there. And first, I want to begin down on this end. What are the emotions feeling like right now? Major title for you all. You've got to feel like you're on cloud 9.
Oh, man, it feels good because these fans are ridiculous. They got to, I don't know, they got to chill mid-game, man. It's just pissing me off, and it lights the fire in all of us, so it's not helping them.
Wow, you're saying the fans cheering gets you guys fired up as well. Arcides, an incredible weekend for you guys. Now you come out as champions. Talk to me a little bit about what you guys said to each other going into that second best of 5 to make that possible.
We just had to play our own game and not theirs.
Well, it's easy as that. Play your own game. Silly, get over here. Come on, get over here, Silly. You're the big leader of this squad. You wind up taking home this title. This has been a long time coming for you. What is it about these guys that just work so well on this team?
They're good listeners. They stay composed, and that's all you need to do to win.
Now, Burns, I want you over here as well, my friend. Burns, long-time involvement in Call of Duty, now co-general manager of this eunited organization. A lot of people were wondering what you were doing when picking up this squad. You had a vision. Now it shows. How proud are you of these boys? What a moment for your organization.
Besides me getting a little emotional, I'm really proud of these guys. I guess I couldn't find a championship as a player, but I can find it as a manager, and these guys helped me accomplish that goal, so I'm really proud of them.
Awesome to see. Now, everybody knows that a major championship title has an MVP on the lineup, someone that just goes absolutely off, goes above and beyond what it means to be a champion. And guess what? We have our control freak MVP. It is Gunless. Hoist up that trophy, my friend. You've earned it. The control freak MVP for someone that goes above and beyond. Again, eunited, congratulations. All the doubters, I can promise they've been silenced now. We've got a new champion on top. Benson, take it away.
What a grand final that was. Of course, congratulations to eunited. We will see them in a press conference coming up shortly. I know Courage and the eunited squad are going to get ready for that, so make sure you're tweeting out any questions you have for the eunited squad. That will be live on stream. MVP, the control freak MVP, of course, massive congrats to Gunless. But I think we all kind of looked at each other there and said, any one of them could have just taken that. I mean, you could make an argument for all of them, right, team?
Oh, 100%. Pristini had so many moments where I was so impressed throughout this entire tournament. Arcides came in very clutch in that hard point, especially on Scorch. Just so many performances with all these guys. Silly as well. Just, they proved me wrong. I'll be the first one to say it. I doubted them so much. I did not know what to expect, but look at them now. Good job.
Yeah, fantastic performance, of course, there. Look at Gunless, top 5 respawn KD, average 76 seconds of hardpoint time, 27 maps, a 1.16 and a 25.39 as well. Gunless played absolutely out of his mind. Congratulations to him, the MVP of the CWL Atlanta Open. But we talk about that grand final as a whole. We touched, about the first 4 maps, and we went into that grand final, or map 5, I should say, and Teep, what was that aggression from eunited?
That was insane. I was laughing for half of that map. Pristini lapped the map in multiple rounds in a row. Optic just didn't know what to do. They didn't know where to look. They played slow some of those rounds, but eunited stuck to it. Usually you want to push with all 4 people, but man, they just took it to them.
That was one of the nuttier S&Ds I think I've ever seen. And I mean, especially to bounce back, because keep in mind what happened with the first one. Right. They blow that 5-2 lead, and they come that close to the Prestige, and they were able to hold strong. And they really just absolutely took it to Optic Gaming, too. It was just incredible to watch.
The one thing that I say is you've got to play your own tempo, and that last game, I don't know what kind of came into that team of United, but they went 100 miles an hour. They stepped it up, and those first 4 rounds, Teep said he was laughing. I was there with him. I was like, you take a toilet break. You've missed 4 rounds of S&D. That was insane, and Optic Gaming, they did start to come back. We all had that look in our eyes, but the composure level for these boys on eunited, the inexperience, we saw the likes of Silly, Prestini, they were like 7-1, ridiculous scorelines within 4 rounds.
Yeah, crazy performance from them. And I think, you look at this tournament for eunited as a squad and you think, all right, well, now the sky's the limit. I mean, what's next for these guys? You expect them to obviously stick together. They've just won a major tournament. And then you think about maybe the next event. They seem pretty far ahead of a lot of teams. Obviously, you can touch on that inexperience a little bit there, but at the end of the day, they clutched up when it mattered most.
There were some mistakes, but you have to focus on the positivity here. Every single hurdle in competitive Call of Duty was thrown before these guys today. A roaring team through the loser bracket, Optic Gaming nonetheless, and they're able to pull it out in a map number 5. So much composure from these guys. When map number 2 ended on that search and destroy that they threw away completely, I thought the series was going to be over, but no. Enough resilience to force the map number 5 and to have the confidence to play at such a fast speed in those sorts of situations. You don't see that too often. Just great overall leadership, composure on this team. Man,
just a phenomenal clutch factor when
they
did it most. It was a very fun grand final to watch. I imagine for the fans out there, both squads, it was almost like having a heart attack. But we can take a look now at our final placings here of the CWL Atlanta Open. Of course, eunited walking away with first place, $80,000. Whew! That's a lot of money. Optic Gaming, of course, in second place. Team Envious in third. Luminosity fourth. Phoenix Clan fifth. Team Infuse sixth. Panda and Splice to follow as well there. But remember, this wasn't just about the money. We're talking a serious amount of pro points on the line here as well.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, first, obviously taking away 25,000. I mean, second, 15,000. You kind of split that between, you think it's a 10,000, pro point gap. It's not. We're talking 40,000. That's per player. That is so important for the boys of eunited, not only because, they've been performing in 2Ks, they already, I think, during that grand final or before the loser bracket final, we said that they solidified their top 2 position. With that, I don't know in my head exactly where it puts them, but going into the next tournaments, there's obviously a long road ahead. They're in a very good position.
And I think every team out there is now going to be looking at this squad and really having their sights set on them because they have proven everybody wrong here at the CWL Atlanta Open. That is going to be everything from the studio. I can send it now down to the wonderful Courage with the eunited boys for a press conference.
Wonderful stuff, gentlemen. Once again, yes, down on to quickly set the stage. Many people coming into this event doubting their LAN capabilities. They show up and go undefeated in their pool. They move all the way through the winner's bracket and finally get tested in your grand final against arguably one of the best teams in the history of competitive Call of Duty, Optic Gaming. Not only do they go to a second best of 5, but a game 5 in which they take the title, the majority of the $200,000 prize pool, and a lot of pro points moving forward. We've got their players here on eunited, but first, before we get to some Twitter questions, we're going to open the floor to the media first.
Hey guys, James Matone from Gamers.com. everyone. Congratulations. Silly, I know this is your first grand final win in a major. I think that's the same for the rest of you. With that said, you take down Optic. What's the expectation now heading into ESWC Paris, especially with being locked into the open bracket?
Honestly, at this rate, I think we can win Paris as well if we play the same way we do.
Just so everybody knows, that question was asked, Silly. The expectations going into ESWC. Where do you see this team going? What do you want to do from here?
Honestly, I see this team doing really well throughout the year. Hopefully we'll be in both of the leagues, and we can do the same thing on LAN again.
Anyone else want to give their thoughts? No, they're good.
I'm the public speaker, I guess.
Hey guys, Joe Bartle from RotoWire. Gunless, how do you feel with the MVP trophy in your hands right now?
He said, Gunless, how do you feel with the MVP trophy in your hands right now?
Honestly, I feel pretty good. Honestly, it wouldn't be for my teammates. I wouldn't have this MVP trophy right beside me. They probably put me in the best situation to actually make me do good and like help them out and, you know, win the maps.
Awesome. Kevin Naki here from WWG. First off, Pristini, get some sleep. When you guys went down 0-3 in the opening set, what did you guys say to each other in between the sets and the grand finals to rally yourselves for that second best of 5?
The question was, when you saw yourselves go down 0-3 in that first best of 5, what did you guys say to each other to get yourselves back with the momentum you need for the second best of 5?
Honestly, we all talked to each other and we told each other it's just our warm-up. They've been playing for a while now, and we haven't played for like 3 hours or so. So, I mean, Optic's a really good team. I'm not taking anything away from them. Just took a little bit to warm up and get it together. So, as soon as that happened, we played together and did our thing. So, ended up winning.
Hi guys, my name is Ifan. I'm reporting for Medill News Service. And my question is, earlier at a press office, we heard that you guys wanted to play Team Envious and Optic the most. And now that you have took down 2 of the biggest names in Call of Duty, how do you feel?
It feels good because coming from that online tag, it's just like it takes that whole tag away. We're not just onliners now. It's like we actually accomplished something in the community, and nobody can just sit here and still say it. I mean, now we're going to get tagged as jetpackers and that, but I mean, we'll get through that too.
Great stuff, gentlemen. Now, I've also got some questions from Twitter I want to bring up first from @EnvySinatra. What was your toughest match of the weekend, Arcides, if you had to choose one, and why?
Optic. They 3-0'd us. They're the only team who took uplink off us.
Makes a lot of sense there, right? When you go to 2 best of 5s with the team, it's safe to say that would be your toughest matchup. Now from @Variant on Twitter, what does this win bring to the mentality of the team, Silly? Coming into this, where were you guys at? And now moving forward, where do you see yourselves?
I mean, this title brings a lot of confidence. I mean, we had a lot before, but we didn't know if it was delusional confidence or not. But now since we won, good.
It proves you guys are the real deal. Now from @Undetermined CJ on Twitter, he says, how do you feel this momentum will carry over into ESWC at the CWL Paris Open? And what do you hope to improve upon then, Pristini?
Some sleep. I hope to improve on some sleep so I don't crap the bed last series again. If I weren't doing so bad, I feel like it would have been easier. But, you know, yeah, improving on sleep, that's my main goal, right, for me. As a team, I don't think we need to improve a lot, but we'll figure that out.
You say the team needs to improve on a lot. Sleep, though, very important when you go to Europe because you can definitely get jet lagged easily. I'll speak from experience there. Final question. Gentlemen, this was probably one of the most miraculous wins I've ever seen in the history of competitive Call of Duty coming into this weekend. Is there anything you have to say to those out there that you've now earned as new fans, to those who doubted you, to anybody watching competitive Call of Duty right now?
Nothing to the haters, but I want to thank you all for supporting through Twitter and the fans. I appreciate every single one of you that came up to me and asked for pictures and stuff like that. It's honestly the best feeling in the world.
Great stuff, eUnited. I know this is probably a whirlwind of emotions, so for now, we're going to end the question and answer period here. Fantastic stuff again from everybody at MLG. What a weekend we just had. The Call of Duty World League 2017 season is well underway, and there's a lot more to come. For now, though, we'll leave you with one final thought. The CWL Dallas Open kicks off March 17th. We'll see everybody there.